mean, it's the finals. We all know what's at stake, so pretty sure I'm not expecting a blowout. I'm not on either end. It's going to be a great competitive elite basketball game. The things that we've been working our way up to here. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be too different from regular season.
What's been Becky's message just so far as you guys are looking ahead into the playoffs, either on what you have to control or what New York kind of poses?
Just focusing on us and the system that we do. Every single day that we come into work, we focus on us and what we can do. Obviously, we know that they have a lot of weapons, but so do we. So it's just going to come down to who wants it more. I know we always see those, but it's really real. Like who can be unselfish in moments, who can really focus on the little things, and that's what she's been harping on.
You guys seem like you've been really loose in this week, kind of leading up to it. How important is that, especially in the kind of environment of the finals, to stay in that good space?
Loose? Yeah. We definitely let y'all see what we want y'all to see. It has not been loose at all with us because we know what's going on. But at the same time, this is who we are. These are good character people. Like, we're not going to be in our rooms blasting hard metal rock because we're just like, oh my God, Sunday. Like, no, we're gonna be real. We have lives to live. I go to the grocery store. Like, I'm good. Like, this is a basketball game at the end of the day, and I'm gonna go out there and hopefully perform at the level that I need to. But it's just who we are. This is no different than who we are throughout this whole season. It's just now it's time to really have some fun.
Has your mind been able to get away from the series at all? And if so, kind of what have you done to?
It really has. My family's coming out here. They're here with me now, and so we really just be doing different kind of things. I found out new little hobbies about myself that I've just been kind of doing. Obviously, because we have a lot of rest, but also because I don't want to focus on basketball the whole entire time. Then I'm just drilling myself into a hole. So yeah, it's just really been chill. Just wait until Sunday.
Do you like having those 7 days off,
No.
wherever it was?
Absolutely hate it. I don't like the way my body goes. Like I like routine. I play me every other day, every single day. Now I'm understanding what AI meant when he said practice. Because I'm like, practice, let's go to games. Like I want to make it realistic. I want to get out there and play. So I don't like this rest. I wish we could have used this rest maybe in June, August-ish, but now I'm like, come on, let's go.
Was it hard?
What's most impressed you about AC this year?
I mean, I've always been impressed by AC, just competing against her, but really kind of being in the locker room with her, I would just have to say just her voice, her leadership that she has, even though she may not be in the starting five, but she brings that energy. We still feel it, we still hear it, even when she's about to come into the game. So just her voice and I mean, her basketball IQ's through this roof. Like AC can pick people apart just by scouting them. So I love that about her. She helps me out, she sends me clips, and yeah, she's really been a lot helpful to me.
Have you approached this year's series any different than you did last year, just in terms of preparation, mindset? Yeah.
Not really, no. It's just the same mindset of just, this is the finals. We don't have time. No one really cares. Just play. We can sit here and talk about all these stories. Oh my God, they have this, we have this. At the end of the day, you got to play. And I haven't really approached it any differently.
Speaking of that, how's this season, this entire stretch, been different than last year's run?
Really has not been that different. It really hasn't been different. I mean, we've been doing the same thing we were doing last year. Our core knows more about each other. Obviously, we're more gelled together because we've been in these situations before versus last year. It was kind of like our first finals together with Becky. But I think this year it's familiar to us in a sense that it's like, okay, this is how we feel. This is kind of how we have to weather the storm throughout the different parts of the season. But yeah, I think probably the biggest difference was we didn't go into All-Star break losing as many games as we did last year. We won a couple. So yeah, that's pretty much the biggest difference.
How does that chemistry together help when you're in a setting like the finals, or when there are moments of adversity?
It's a blessing and a curse because obviously it's great that you know each other. You know that you're meshing together. You're a well-oiled machine, but then that's when you can give into being satisfied. That's when you're like, okay, I know KP's gonna get there, but necessarily she might not. So you start to settle in and give because you're like, okay, you know this person a little too well. So the biggest thing is just keeping each other on our toes, making sure that, no possession is gonna be easy. It's gonna be so hard, and it's gonna take all of us. It's not gonna just take the starting five. It's not just gonna take me. It's gonna take all of us to really buckle in and win.
You gotta tell us about the LeBrons.
LeBron's 21s, yeah. I got those a couple days ago. Super dope. I mean, I don't know what that says. Pair of shoes. It's velvet, it's gold. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Matches our colors.
So you're rocking them in the game?
Yeah, they feel good on my feet, but we'll see.
Do you think the experience from winning last year is going to carry over and kind of be an advantage for you guys heading into this matchup?
I don't know necessarily an advantage, but I definitely be just within our core. I think we just understand what those games feel like, how they've had their lulls and how you have weathering that storm. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't think it's going to be an advantage at all. You don't get any advantages, no carryovers when it comes to finals. Anything can happen. I always say this is like our March Madness, so anything can happen. And everyone's playing probably at their best right now. So I don't think there's any advantage. It's just a matter of just going out there and play.
You talked about learning more about other members of the core. I guess for Chelsea specific, like what's something you feel like you've learned about her this year, on court, off court, that maybe you didn't last time?
See, I know Chelsea pretty well throughout my offers.
All right, KP then.
See, I know all of them because I feel like we're like always together. I don't think people realize, like when they see us, it's like, we spent hours together. But it's just a matter of like, I guess just loosening up a little bit. I feel like we finally gave ourselves a chance to kind of chill. When we have off days, doing different things with one another, just kind of just kicking it as a whole versus like, let's just go to the gym and shoot. So I would say just relaxing, being people other than basketball players.
What stands out to you about the way Jonko's been playing during these playoffs?
What stands out about JJ? I mean, she's a hard worker. I think this is the hardest I've ever seen JJ really actually like work and pound and be in there and getting O boards and really going after it. And obviously, that's all a part of her game. But yeah, she's just been a beast on the boards that I've seen probably more now than I've ever seen throughout my career in league since I've been in the league. So yeah, it's going to be definitely hard to stop. But at the same time, we just got to will it. We just got to will it and work through it.
Anything from Betnijah Laney that's really stuck out from how she's played this postseason?
See, y'all ask me what they stood out. Like, I feel like this is them. Like, this is their identity. This is what they've been doing all season long. And yeah, now the bright lights are shining and now everyone sees, but this is something that I've seen in JJ. Like, she's reminded me a little bit more, but it's really been her. And with Laney, like, it's the same exact thing. Like, this is their identity. This is what they do. They're not new to it. And so it's pretty cool just to kind of see it kind of unraveling now. We're in the finals.
Well, what makes her so tough?
Versatile. She's very versatile. She's slashing all the time. She's never stopped. I feel like she's always moving, always on the go, and that's very hard to guard. So yeah, it's been good.
Asia is the one plus out of the rest that there's been a chance to build up the hype on the series more than it already was coming in. That people are talking about the WNBA, I mean, the matchups and the two teams and the history, and you guys can make history, they can make history. That there actually is more of a buzz, it seems, than maybe past years.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't think people were talking about the finals like this last year. This is the one that everybody's been talking ever since the movement happened. So it just really, now we're living in the moment, and so now it's kind of like, what do you do with this platform? And you just go out there and play, because I feel like if you're a fan of the game, you have to respect what you're watching. I don't care if we're women. You're going to have to respect the game if you are a fan of it. So I think it's one of the biggest stages. We got to go out there and be elite, because I always want to play like if someone's out there watching for the first time, I want to play great so they can be like, oh no, I want to dial in because I'm a fan of her. So it's going to be a perfect opportunity to do that. Just go have some fun.
Is it nice that your big brother might be showing up?
Yeah, it's always good. Yeah, it's always cool to see those guys. Their season's getting started, so much respect to them to come out and supporting us.
Candace obviously been hurt most of the year here today, though, at practice. Like, has she given, I mean, you guys have been here, but has she given you guys any advice or been a resource
she steps
this
in
year?
here and there. Yeah, we have a good talk today, just talking about just what it's going to take to win, and that's what it is, and we're going to go out there and try it. But yeah, she's always been in our ear, especially when she comes to games. She pulls us over when we're on the sideline and just talking to us.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all.